With MLB draft only 3 months away, every media outlet and organization is preparing their projected mock draft for July. Today, we're going to take a look at the top draftable prep arms for this year and make an educated guess on when they will be selected on draft day. Please note, we will only be focusing on the pitching aspect of things. So for the potential two-way guys, we'll be skipping their hitting analysis. With that said, let's get back to the video. At the number 1 slot, we have Ken Caminiti's cousin, Cam Caminiti. Wow, I really struggle with that last name. The 6'2", 205-pound Scottsdale native currently holds the title as the number 1 ranked lefty in the 2024 class. What makes this even more impressive is the fact that he reclassified up a year, meaning he'll only be 17 years old on draft day. The LSU commit is extremely projectable, touching as high as 97 on the bump with an easier release and plus deception. His mid-90s fastball misses a ton of bats due to its plus ride and carry, projecting to be a future MLB plus pitch. Breaking ball wise, he utilizes both the slider and curveball, both grading out to be future average or better offerings. However, they have shown to blend into each other at times. Lastly, his changeup is graded as average and will need to be developed more at the professional level. Cam truly has the best of both worlds when it comes to being a draft prospect. He has a legitimate 4-pitch mix with above average command for his age, meaning he has a much higher floor than most. And with the amount of physical projection he has left, he could be touching triple digits by the time he turns 18, resulting in a front of the rotation starter ceiling. Cam has also started off the spring season hot, throwing a 5-inning no-hitter, striking out nearly every batter he faced. Due to Cam having two-way potential, his draft selection may be dependent on his willingness to become a full-time PO. If he can agree to set down the bat, there's a chance he gets grabbed in the first 10 picks. At the number 2 slot, we have our first Midwestern arm, Ryan Sloan, the 6'4", 225-pound workhorse out of Elmhurst, Illinois. The Wake Forest commit may only be ranked as the 9th best right-hander in the 2024 class, but he's been surging up draft boards due to his elite pitchability he showed off in the 2023 summer circuit. His arsenal consists of 3 future plus or better pitches that he can manipulate at will. Ryan's fastball sits in the low 90s and is currently his best pitch. He's shown the ability to throw it high with ride, low with sink, and even cut it against lefty opponents. The changeup grades nearly as well, sitting in the mid-80s with advanced fade and sink. Lastly, his low 80s slider acts more like a true sweeper, providing 2-plane break and horizontal movement. More importantly, Ryan has shown the ability to flood the strike zone of all 3 pitches and utilize them well in the correct situations. At 6'4", 225 pounds, there isn't a ton of physical projection left, but with Ryan's current stuff, he best projects as a mid-rotation starter with the ability to eat up innings at the big league level. I wouldn't be shocked to see him selected in the late 1st or early 2nd round. At the number 3 slot, we have Baton Rouge native William Schmid. The 6'4", 190-pound LSU commit boasts a 3,000 plus RPM curveball that may be the best in the entire draft class. Sitting in the upper 70s, this hammer breaks so much that it's fooled both hitters and umpires alike on the summer circuit. Fastball-wise, Schmid generally sits in the low 90s with average command and arm side run. However, this spring he's been up to 96, sitting in the mid-90s. His changeup is rarely thrown, but has shown some sink in the mid-70s when displayed. At 6'4", 190 pounds, Williams' lanky build leaves plenty of room for more physical growth. It's not outlandish to think his fastball could be sitting in the upper 90s when it's all said and done. Currently, Schmid's arsenal projects him to be a future front to mid-rotation starter with the plus hammer as his go-to out pitch. If William can show a more developed changeup and a reliable mid-90s fastball this spring, he could make a run for the first round. But if he doesn't get picked up by the mid-2nd round or later, I'd say LSU has a decent chance of landing him on campus this fall. Lastly, at our number 4 slot, we have Los Angeles native Levi Sterling. The 6'5", 200-pound Texas commit is another highly ranked two-way prospect that most pro scouts prefer on the mound. Physically, he is long, lean, and very athletic, leading most of us believe he has plenty of projection remaining. On the bump, he sits mostly in the low 90s, featuring arm side run, commanding the pitch at an average rate. His arm action is loose and clean, removing most reliever risk and hinting at more in the tank. Breaking ball wise, he excels, boasting a plus curveball with good command and a mid-80s sweeper that features plus movement. Lastly, his changeup projects to be a future above average or better pitch, based on its excellent deception and late fading action. Another thing to keep in mind here is that Levi will only be 17 on draft day, which may benefit him. Levi is certainly a projection-based prospect here. His stuff is certainly good, but for a team to choose him early, they'll have to fall in love with his projection. Personally, I don't see him being drafted in the 1st round. However, a spectacular spring could certainly change my mind. Currently, I view Sterling as a mid to late 2nd round pick with potential to end up on campus this fall. And that's it for the top 4. However, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't difficult to pick numbers 3 and 4. There are plenty of guys who could have taken those slots instead. Some examples would be Joey Oki, Chase Mobley, Owen Hall, Johnny King, and Anson Siebert. Noah Franco is another big name this year, but I didn't include him as he's expected to be drafted as a position player in July. If you guys disagree with my list or think I missed someone, make sure to leave a comment below. Next week, we'll be covering the top college arms for this year's draft. So, if you want to be notified when that video drops and all my future draft content, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly videos. Lastly, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and share it with friends. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.